Hello and welcome to our channel Side Gigs, a digital platform where we want to bring a lot of good videos onto your screens, perhaps every day of the week, with your support, obviously. There is a lot of things that we have planned to do that you can also see from our channel banner. However, we will start with something that is the closest to our heart, and that is football. So we will be moving on with football in focus. However, before proceeding into the video any further, we do humbly request you to like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and also push on that small notification button so you get notified with any of the latest videos that we have worked upon. So this is Malik and Abru will be your hosts on this digital platform. Hey Abru, are you here, Abru?
Yes, buddy, I'm here all day long. Wow, such a brilliant idea of having this. I believe यहाँ बहुत सारे fans और geeks, I would say, football के, which they wanted this sort of a social channel or a platform where they can get all the news, info, gossips and all things
Bilkul.
happening around us or in the global world of football. So I'm very excited to have this, and
Likewise,
again, credit goes to you, Malik, for having this set up and having me in the studio. So let's just kick on with this, and let us tell our audience what we do have for them. What do we have, and हमारे पास ऐसा क्या है जो इनको it can keep them glued to their screens or wait for our own updates.
well, I think we have a universe to cover, hey, Abru. We
Absolutely.
have a universe to cover. But what do you suggest? Where should we start from?
We should always. I believe there is a lot of मेरे हिसाब से, if I'm not wrong, a lot of the younger generation they do follow their sportsmen or a lot of footballers, icons these days,
Messi
rather
and
than
Ronaldo.
yeah,
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
than a footballing club. All the respects to the persons who are following up, the fans, and all the respects to them. But
course.
again, कुछ हैं जो कि मेरी नॉलेज में भी हैं जो कि सिर्फ फुटबॉलर्स को फॉलो करते हैं. आई थिंक द बेसिक नॉलेज शुड बी वे वी शुड स्टार्ट इज वे दिस has started as a game itself. So let us kick on and tell the world what is FIFA all about.
Agreed, agreed. I think I completely agree with you. I'm on board with this. कि जो particularly ये जो नए वाले हैं तो बच्चे, so they are more into the stars that they are following rather than the sport itself.
Yeah.
So which is also I think okay to an extent, but I think yes, stars के साथ साथ you should also be following the sport itself because stars will keep on changing with time. Obviously everybody has a timeline, तो जिस चीज की नहीं है that would be sport itself. तो चले, let's begin with this.
Okay, viewers, I think go back in history and let us discuss where does this FIFA comes from. Do you have any idea, Malik?
Oh yaar. I mean this is a tough one. You know how good my memory is, by the way. तो या मैं guess मारता हूँ. अब I think
go on.
this is definitely above 100 years. हैं 100 से तो ऊपर ही है. But I'm guessing it should be somewhere in very early in the 1900s.
I think you are absolutely spot on. Let me tell you this, and our viewers. Well, the governing body which covers the entire global football in this planet, which is called FIFA.
A very famous game too, by the way.
Absolutely, yes. You, most of you would be very much
knowing it
aware
by
of
the game, by the
itself.
way, yes.
Of course, we are geeks as well, gaming geeks. So FIFA was first found in the year 1904. So it's more than centuries old.
Yes.
Organization, the governing body itself. Now अब तो ये knowledge आपके पास आ गई है. It's 1904. Let's move
1904.
on and let's deep dive into it. How many functions they have? What do they cover? What do they cover?
Oh yeah. I think a lot of people might not be knowing about this. The word itself, I think, is something जो it has two F's in it.
Yeah,
तो
yeah.
फुटबॉल तो एक ही है, व्हाट इज द अदर वन फोर? तो आई थिंक हाँ, बिल्कुल क्यों नहीं, लेट्स लेट्स स्टडी अ बिट अबाउट फीफा एंड लर्न अबाउट इट.
Okay. So I think we should talk about the Confederation because it has, I believe, six Confederation
Yes,
under its
yes,
belt, which
definitely
they
six.
govern.
So
So, Malik Saab, put some light on these Confederation, please.
हाँ, sure. Let's begin from the name itself. FIFA. क्या किसी को मालूम है? Does anybody know this is actually an abbreviation driven from a French word? The name is in French actually. मैं पढ़ के बताता हूँ पूरा. It is Federation Internationale de Football Association, commonly or generally known as FIFA, यानी FIFA. तो FIFA है क्या? We have now figured out that this was founded in 1904. It broadly covers about six confederation. Confederation है क्या, bro? What is this?
Well. Confederation is like an ally, an alliances of
Alliances.
regions into it.
बोले तो partner.
Yes, absolutely. FIFA governs confederation या continents you may call it. उसको आप डिटेल करके मजीद we can have that briefing into it. So हम डिटेल दे सकते हैं which confederation does FIFA govern. So there are six, I believe, which FIFA do governs. उनके local FAs, the entire body of it, everything comes under FIFA.
FIFA. करते ये हैं, ठीक है. And they also happen to regulate other sports, other than football. By the way, there's also a fun fact in this too.
Oh yes, exactly.
That
Let me go this way. Let me just bring the audience to some sort of unusual fact, which I believe not many fans would know that about FIFA. Do you know FIFA also governs the likes of beach soccer and futsal? I repeat, beach soccer and the futsal, including our own beautiful game,
football.
soccer, yeah, football itself. So this is a fun fact for you guys. Hope you guys get it. This I repeat again. FIFA governs the likes of beach soccer and futsal. How does
Yep.
this is huge?
Surprising. I mean, when I first got to know about this, honestly, I was also very, very surprised because हमने जिस तरीके की खेली है ब्रो, तो लगता नहीं था कभी भी हमें कि बीच सॉकर या फुटसॉल जैसी जो चीज है ना, वो कभी रेगुलेशंस के साथ आती होगी. वी ऑलवेज थॉट दिस वाज समथिंग दैट वाज एक्चुअली, इट केम या बिगिन फ्रॉम द स्ट्रीट्स, और वो शायद ऐसे ही अब्रप्टली चलती होगी एडहॉक किस्म की, मगर नहीं भाई, उसे भी
No,
फीफा रुक आफ्टर करता है.
I
देयर आर सर्टेन
absolutely
रूल्स फॉर इट टू.
मैं एग्री करता हूँ. आई थिंक बिकॉज बीइंग अ फैन ऑफ अ फुटबॉल या our generation, so-called millennials, which we called
या
us and the others who were there in 2000 mid 90s or early 90s, and have seen a lot of football and seen a lot of legends being come
या
up front and
हम
played this beautiful game. हम
true.
basically limelight में वो चीजें नहीं आ पाई. For us being Pakistani as a local fan, we just don't have the enough knowledge or information about this that कि FIFA जो है वो beach soccer भी cover करता है and futsal itself. But on the other hand, contrary, इनके टूर्नामेंट्स भी these days होते हैं, इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स के टूर्नामेंट्स होते हैं, आई बिलीव. और ये ओलंपिक्स में भी आपके मिलेंगे आपको ये गेम्स देखने को. तो इट्स अ ह्यूज विंडो अगेन. But then again, our focus, our attention, or the love of the game is for the beautiful game itself, which we've seen, which all of those years, the World Cups itself, the Euros and all. So let's stick to the
या
game
या
itself, and
द
it's just for the
फील्ड.
knowledge and information for you guys, so that a newcomer would say, "यार, कि अच्छा FIFA ये भी govern करता है." This is sort of a bit of history for you
या
guys, for us as well, something new to learn. So carry on, Malik Saab. What
हाँ
do you
भाई,
have?
फुटबॉल, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट फुटबॉल, the sport which is played on a field based on a hallowed ground. ठीक है ना? और for people in America and Canada इसे soccer कहते हैं, otherwise हम इसे football ही कहते हैं. So we'll continue calling it football because that's what this is, football. So moving on further now. अच्छा, कुछ मेरा ख्याल है brief ले लिया जाए. What are the confederations? What are their names? जैसे हमने कहा कॉन्टिनेंट्स, तो अगर ये कॉन्टिनेंट्स ही हैं तो जरा बताना शुरू करते हैं कहाँ से शुरू होती है, व्हाट आर दीज अबाउट?
ओके मलिक साहब, ये दीज आर, जैसे कि मैंने पहले बताया, दीज आर 6 कॉन्फेडरेशन. ओके, and these are huge confederation under
या
FIFA. So let's start. AFC, the first confederation is Asian Football Confederation. It,
एशियन
it it does have all the Asian and the Middle Eastern countries
कवर्ड इन इट,
covered in it. And then we have a Confederation Africaine the football, again a French
फ्रेंच वर्ड
word
या
it is, which covers the central and the entire continent of Africa itself.
ओह द
So it's a
नॉर्थ टू
huge,
यानी
absolutely yes,
ओ
it's
मोरक्को एंड
huge,
एवरीथिंग,
yeah, yeah.
यस यस
It's a huge, huge continent and confederation. Then we'll go back, and then we have another huge continent or confederation, which is called Confederation of North Central Caribbean Associations. This is North and Central Americans and the Caribbeans, the islands you may call it, like Barbados and
हाँ
Caribbean islands. You may
and central too, by the way.
absolutely
So this
yes.
covers, I think this covers Costa Rica and Mexico as well.
Yes, on a large scale, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then we have CONMEBOL. This is purely the South Americans. The Samba boys will
The
be in it.
Samba
The
boys,
Colombians are in it. The Peruvians are in it. The Uruguayans are in it. So
the
it's another,
superstars.
it's another beautiful and a huge continent for
Yes,
football. It
perhaps.
has given us so much to this beautiful game. And the South, the Oceania part of football. Not much people have, I think, knowledge of this. I believe not much. A lot of have, but this is again a small sort of a continent,
बाला
which
बाला ऑस्ट्रेलिया,
absolutely in basically Australasia we can call it a
हाँ
continent
बाला,
itself. New Zealand
न्यूजीलैंड
also
ऑस्ट्रेलिया
comes under
फिजी,
this, and some islands also come
अमेरिकन
under
समोआ
this.
वगैरह.
Absolutely,
हाँ.
yes, you're right, Malik Saab. And then our own beloved continent. Of course, we do follow European football, like
By
geeks,
heart.
and we are very much like it's our. I mean, breathing
Yeah, yeah, bread and butter
bread and
daily.
butter. So
ये
a lot of
मस्त
you would be following some
staple
huge
football.
names. So, and it has a second most international or second most covered or second most air international tournament after FIFA, which is UEFA. That is
Yeah,
UEFA. That is the continent which governs the entire European body in it. You have all the big leagues, all the big countries are in it. Like England is there, the France, the Italians, the Azuris are here, the Germans are there. So it's a huge, huge continent in terms of football and achievements as well. Let's move on, Malik Saab. What you have next?
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. आई थिंक हमने हिस्ट्री का काफी सारा लेसन दे दिया है, तो आई थिंक वी शुड नाउ बी मूविंग टू समथिंग विच इज ट्रेंडिंग एंड हॉटेस्ट और जिसके अंदर न्यूज भी है. सो दिस इज शाइनी ब्लिंगी गोल्ड क्लब वर्ल्ड कप.
Oh, yes. It's time to add some spice. So, is the audience ready? I have something for you guys up on my sleeve.
शूट शूट.
Uh, do you know? It's a fun fact. So, do you know that this is the first ever edition of FIFA Club World Cup expanded edition? I mean to say, we have 32 teams in 8 different groups. This has never there before. Last time we had such things, or the last, I would say, the pattern of the game, the tournament was के हमने intercontinental cup हुआ करता था in the middle of 2000, in the
Yes.
mid of 2000, where we have a continental championship, continental champions playing with each other. For example, Champions League winner and a Copa Libertadores winner, an AFC winner, they compile and वो एक टूर्नामेंट खेला करते थे. वो फीफा ने अलॉट मतलब एक चीज कर दी थी, उस पे वो फिर टूर्नामेंट हुआ करता था. But
Right.
now they have come up with a greater idea, the bigger expansion and the bigger group stages, the lengthier of it gets, the more audience it will get. Of course, it's but so this is 32 teams in it. So this is something expanded FIFA Club World Cup.
Very expanded, by the way.
Absolutely.
जैसा you have explained कि पहले जो होता था इंटरकॉन्टिनेंटल कप, people used to call it Super Cup too. तो वो, and now 32 teams is something that we are only familiar with while the World Cups are happening, the
Yes.
football World Cups. और ये I think उसी का exactly अगर हम if we take a deep dive into it, we understand this is the same blueprint. The selection of the teams is obviously different than that. How they're coming into it. Magar 32 teams is something that we are familiar with World Cups. The year World Cup is already, in the news. This is already above par than what has happened before concerning this FIFA Club World Cup thing. So very nice, very nice. So there are 32 teams coming from across the globe.
Yes, across the globe, across the continent, every continent has its teams. I mean, you can have the champions of the intercontinental championships or the continental championship. You have it like of Champions League winners and the historians of Champions League, the holders, the biggest holders of Champions League. The Madrids are there, the Juves are there. So and the Fluminense of Brazilians, the Palmeiras, everybody is there. Big clubs are there. Chelsea's are there. Bayern Munich is there. So every continent has its representation. इसमें 32 टीमों के अंदर you have the big boys. Not all, but you have some good big boys.
हाँ तो फिर geographic breakdown मैं दे देता हूँ definitely. So there are, in this Club World Cup 2025, there are 12 teams coming from UEFA. There are 6 coming from
South America.
South America,
4 from Africa.
4 from Africa, 4 from Asia, 4 from
North America.
the North America, and 1 from Oceania.
Yeah.
Sahi
Four
hai.
from basically North and the Central and the Caribbean. That is 4 from.
4, yeah.
And 1 from Oceania.
One from
The 6
Oceania.
continents does have the representation.
And there are also, a slot for the host nation.
Yes.
तो वो एक अलग है. So that is the geographic breakdown of all the teams that are competing in this, Club World Cup. But as we are already, we are recording this video pretty late, considering that the competition has already gone past into the knockout stages.
We are at the halfway. In fact, we are
even
in the
before
pinnacle.
that, yeah.
We are in the pinnacle of the the entire competition. We are at the pinnacle. We are basically tonight. We have tomorrow. We have the last round of 16. The game will be played so that we can have the entire 8 teams.
True.
Which will compete against each other in the quarterfinals. So we are in the later stages of this beautiful game of Club World Cup.
So the first fixture is between Fluminense and Al Hilal.
Oh, Al Hilal.
Yeah.
A lot of people have watched the last night game. It was a drama. I mean, Pep.
Shell shocked.
Pep was shell shocked with his reaction as always.
Not something that people were expecting. Yeah.
Fans, but I think it's not a good year for Pep so far, and he's struggling. I don't know why. A lot of good players. He has a huge squad to play, but look who has beaten them. It's
Al
Al
Hilal.
Hilal of Saudi Arabia. Wow,
This was a stunner.
I think it has somebody who has played with Napoli and Chelsea as of late, and he has also scored a goal yesterday, Mr. Malik.
Al Hilal.
Being a Chelsea fan, you must be very much aware of the name Koulibaly. Huge centre back.
Yeah.
Of the game.
A defender, center defender.
Yes. He has scored a goal against City.
A header, I believe.
A header. Yes.
Yeah, from the set piece.
From a corner, yeah.
Lovely.
And it was not a game played, like in 90 minutes. It was like it narrowly missed the penalty kicks. Otherwise, it would have been a penalty shootout.
The
extra time.
Okay.
And Al Hilal scored it late.
But I like the fact that, matches which are in the knockout stages, when they go into the extra time, it somehow justifies that they are in the later stages of the tournament. So this is something good. But this was a stunner, bro. By any means, this was a stunner.
Nobody expected this.
Nobody, I think. Nobody, yes.
City again with their game of possession football, and again what they tried to build or what they tried to play.
Agreed.
I mean, Al Hilal caught them off guard. I mean, this was
so a lovely.
And one more thing. I think a lot of people may have doesn't or Inzaghi is managing Al Hilal.
Filippo Inzaghi, that is, right?
I think it's Filippo Inzaghi, if I'm not
the striker of AC Milan.
That Inzaghi has beaten Pep
Earlier
with Inter and beaten Pep when he was at Barcelona. So that this is, I mean, for I mean, not for Pep fans, no disrespect, but it's 2-0 to Inzaghi.
It's 2-0 to Inzaghi, yes,
Yes.
yes. In that context.
Absolutely, yes. 2-0 to Inzaghi.
So the other fixture that we have is between Palmeiras and Chelsea. Palmeiras beated Botafogo.
I think thing about the two with South American sides, they can surprise you because
They can.
they have so much. I mean, it's I mean very much hate. I mean, what do you say? Nasty games, and the leagues are very much nasty.
Their
They have
leagues are-
physical attributes
yes.
in there, so it's not something an easy cheesy. It would be very much like a physical game going on, and Chelsea have some of its own.
I think when we look
characters.
into South American
It
football,
won't be a beautiful football.
no.
I can
Well, I think
say this.
what's happening when you look into, particularly when you look into a fixture between two South American teams, right? So what I look into it is that it's chaos all around on the field,
Absolutely.
and then still you find somebody dancing on the pitch.
Oh hell yes.
So whoever has a lucky day manages to go through, taking the ball with them,
I mean, one more
flowing
thing.
freely.
I think hats off to the referees because handling the South Americans is not easy.
While they are playing in South
not-
America,
it's not
definitely.
a walk in
And
the
the
park.
crowd too, by the way, they are
Exactly.
very
hostile, very hostile.
and I think they are spirited,
So-
like anything.
This game has, I mean, everything written around its corner that it would be a physical battle with Chelsea. And one more thing, favoring South American in this weather, in USA weather, I think it favors South Americans or Central Americans than the Europeans because they aren't used to play in such heat. Because I believe the temperature over there
temperatures
is
is-
more than 30
yes.
degrees and humid and all.
Yes, the temperature.
So I think it's quite difficult for people like European players to come and give everything. And then
I
on
agree.
the other hand, you have South Americans who used to play in such weather. So this is
I
very
agree
much-
with you. The heat wave, even in
Yeah,
US,
exactly.
is also
also.
pretty
So
killing
weather
right
can
now.
play its part, and the more the game lasts, the more difficult it will be for the Europeans.
I
because-
think what this would be this would definitely basically this would be a challenge more for Enzo Maresca than the team, because this
How
will
he-
come down to how well has he strategized the gameplay against Palmeiras.
But एक और चीज है इसमें I think the worrying factor for the manager itself. I mean, if you are a manager here managing a big club in Premier League or the Germans or Bundesliga, I think you have to protect your star players because the season is just around the corner. We are moving towards August. The transfer window is open, up and running. So, I mean, like Chelsea have a lot of good potential. Future star, the Cole Palmers are already there. I don't think the Mariska would be needing an injury or huge injury setback to go enter into the new season. So that's a
Agreed.
worrying factor for me. Any manager would be worrying.
No, I think I agree with you.
And I think Jurgen Klopp. Have you heard Jurgen Klopp 2 days back?
Yes.
What he has said?
We discussed this
Yes.
off
On
the
another
record,
segment, yes.
that it's a football calendar was always massive, but going forward in the past couple of years, this has gone too tedious, too
Yeah.
cumbersome, and it is. I mean, for bigger clubs, it is. It's like uncontrollably they would want to keep a very lengthy squad with them, because the amount of competition and the matches that they're going into, you can't expect your prime players to be part of the team in all the fixtures. There's too much football for any one player to handle in a calendar year. And this expanded version of the Club World Cup, although this might be coming every 4 years, but still this is still an addition to an already pretty cumbersome, hectic calendar that we go through already. Right. So, Abro, the third fixture is between two greats,
The
European
current
greats
Champions
again.
League winner, yeah.
Yeah, the current champions.
So
League winner.
finally, PSG, the French fans would love me say this.
Calling
The
this
French
out, yes.
champions are now the European champions after all they went through. I mean,
Yeah.
we've made fun of them. Like they've choked a lot of time, just like South Africans did
Yes.
in the field of cricket. So
Before.
अभी तो वो खैर they are playing against, but again this is different beast altogether in Bayern Munich. They have
Bayern
not
Munich is a
they
proven
they
side.
absolutely
Proven side.
Bayern itself doesn't have a good season for me. I mean
They're
they've
struggling.
struggled under Company. Vincent Company is a new prodigy
Yes.
with the huge club. I mean, he's a legend of City, but again, as a manager, I believe he has a huge challenge in his hand. So it will be very much
True.
tricky. The game itself has it all. I mean, you name the player, the big names, everybody, or maybe some of them will be playing this fixture. I mean, from Bayern side, आप हैरी केन को ना मिस करें.
नहीं कर सकते. He already scored 2 goals in the
आप
last
किमिच को
game.
मिस नहीं कर सकते. फॉर एग्जांपल आप उधर साइड पे देखें, PSG have a lot of match winners. I mean, a lot of them are there.
Yeah.
The Italian goalkeeper, the giant, is there.
They have good Italian players in that too. By the way, they have Hakimi in the defense.
The duo effect is there.
So yeah. I mean,
The limelight.
they have a pretty
Tricky
good side.
winger is there. So again, Usman Dembele will be there.
Yeah,
So
and
it will
Dembele.
be a huge game tonight. I'm sure audience will be waiting for this. If it's not tonight, it's basically on the other day. We'll give the timings and the day in the next segment. Again, stay tuned for these fixture. I believe a lot of fans will be tuning in.
Yes.
Before we, close our this segment of ours for today. Oh, you have something in your way coming up, and it's a quiz. It's a short quiz from our side, and will be, of course,
Yeah.
whomsoever comes up with the answer
We'll call out their name proudly on the channel.
Absolutely, मलिक साहब. हम उसका नाम इस चैनल पे नेक्स्ट एपिसोड में लेंगे, definitely लेंगे. So it will be your chance to get hold of your phones, go and just search the Googles and bring up the answer.
It's I think it's pretty easy to
I think so.
come up with.
I
The
think
answer.
people have enough information.
It's easier to search and it's easier to come up with.
Easier. I think. Yes.
But still, this is just a way to interact with you all.
And of course, by the way, having said that, अपने feedbacks your feedbacks are precious. We have just started this. We want to continue this. We want to continue the same zest and passion.
We are the only.
This is something we are doing it for you guys, for the information, for the community. We want to give it back to the community itself.
For the people who love
absolutely
the game. This is not against anything.
Nothing against anybody. We may go with some sarcasm, we may come up with a joke, but again, respect to every fan who supports any club in the world. Our focus remains the same, that is to give you the insights, the
True, I think
news, the analysis, and
the very basic objective of coming up with this channel for us both was that we wanted to connect with people who are passionate about this sport, as like us. And we also wanted to express ourselves on a greater scale than how we are connecting and expressing ourselves within the community that we know in person. So this was the only reason that we have started up this channel. We, by other means, are not professional footballers.
We just are passionate fans.
We are just passionate fans.
Crazy about the game itself, and we want to do something for the community.
And we would love
that's our motive.
If you would
give actually us honest feedback.
Yes, subscribe to the channel, because
we'll be thriving on your feedback.
We would be reading this help too, by the way.
Yes.
We would be requiring your clicks on the subscribe and likes. We would be requiring you to actively participate with us. Use the comment button. Don't abuse it, please. We here want to discuss about football, and we would humbly request for everybody to at least don't call off the hate messages here, at least.
Yes.
But that's about it. I mean, we do get spirited, we do get emotional. The game is somewhat like this. So in the heat of the moment, if anything comes up, it's part of the game and it's part of life. I think what more can we say?
What will be the fun fact, Malik sahab? Fun fact क्या है या quiz क्या है? वो तो बता दें आप before ending a segment for today's.
Yeah, so we mentioned it already. So the question for today's episode is, when was the first Club World Cup played? So the question is, पहला Club World Cup कब खेला गया था? तो अपने आंसर्स प्लीज बताइए कमेंट्स के अंदर. जो भी पहला हमें करेक्ट आंसर मिला, we will feature that name in the next video. We will call them out. उनका नाम लिया जाएगा.
Till then,
Till then,
take care of yourself.
we will
You
sign off.
stay
Yes.
tuned. We are now signing it off, and we'll come back tomorrow. So till then, stay tuned and
Take good care of yourself
God bless.
and people around you. Take care. Adios. Bye bye.